Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Wednesday morning here in the studio. And we've got a special one for you. There's obviously a massive football game this weekend, a college football playoff determining football game this weekend between Ohio State and Indiana. Indiana's first big, real, tough top 25 football opponent on the season, and Ohio State, their third big-time football game on their schedule. So they're highly battle-tested. Indiana, not so much. And I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what's going on with this Indiana offense? Why are they so good? What's going on? What's the keys to this matchup? All that good stuff. When we have a big-time college football game around this network here on the Film Guy Network, we like to take a look at the film. So if you're new to this network, which based on this study, knowing that we haven't studied Indiana and haven't studied Ohio State all year, I guarantee there's a lot of new people that have found this YouTube video, or at least I hope there are. I hope the algorithm has placed them in front of, or placed us in front of you guys. If that's the case, here's the rule around this network. If you learn anything about the game of football or your favorite football team, the rules are you got to subscribe. So if that happens at any point today, I hope you hit that subscription button. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, I certainly hope you hit that thumbs up button. Excited to watch this Indiana offense with you guys today. We're going to take a look at this game versus Michigan. Off the rip, I'm going to show you, man, Curtis Rourke makes big-time football throws. This guy can really, really dial it up in the intermediate to deep passing game. He's super accurate down the field, and it's what's made Indiana so explosive on the offensive side of the football. What you're also going to see in this film study, Michigan boxed them up pretty good, okay? Made them one-dimensional very early on in this football game. It was very hard for Indiana to run the football from a conventional run game standpoint. Ultimately ended up depending upon RPOs, which creates tips, overthrows, and interceptions. Those are scary things. I think those are also things that might happen Saturday against an Ohio State defense that ain't filled with no slappies, okay? If you enjoy it, I hope you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review. I got to stop banging the desk, Jonathan. We got a saying around here. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. All right, let's head over to the board. Yesterday, the helmet fell off live show. Today, the coffee mug with the highlighters fell off in the middle of a pre-recording. Can't make it up around here. That's how you know, not very scripted with what we do. The notes and the work is the ad-libs once the live buttons go on ain't. All right, here we go. We're going to start the football game or start this film study with Indiana's offense. Jonathan, the first thing you will notice about this team, or at least I did, tons of pre-snap motion, tons of pre-snap window dressing, all the good stuff that most good teams are doing nowadays to try to create some type of either offensive advantage or create some type of intel from the defense, right? So you're going to see a lot of pre-snap motion. Now, the problem, Jonathan, go ahead and bring that mic over with you. The problem with doing a lot of pre-snap window dressing on the road is what?
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. When 100,000 screaming Buckeye fans are up there, it's really, really hard to have a bunch of pre-snap window dressing, okay? Now, simple motions across the screen, not that difficult to, accommodate for when you get to the actual road games, okay? Looks like to me, we got a single high, maybe cover 3 right here for Michigan. No shocker there. We've seen that on this network quite a bit this year. We watched them against Texas. It basically lived in cover 3 for 4 quarters. So no surprise there to see that as we open the football game. Also, no surprise, no surprise to see the coordinator Cignetti and the head coach and the play caller and the play designer start to attack what we know to be cover 3, okay? They're going to bring this motion right here, which rolls this safety down, puts this safety in the middle of the field. Now, they're going to take this guy, run him on a deep over, and then snap him back out as we run this post up off of it to occupy the corner and the deep safety. Okay, so here we go. You'll see this actually work. Great inside release right here from this number 2 wide receiver, really selling that deep over. Okay, and then he's going to snap it off and run the out route right here, and the post will accommodate for the corner and the deep hat safety. And dot. An absolute dot from Rourke right there, because look, the underneath defender, Jonathan, actually turns, runs, identifies the coverage. So or identifies the concept. So really good job for number 13 right here from Michigan, getting back up underneath this. But what a great ball from Cordish Rourke right there to start this football game on their first drive. All right, so they get a big explosive right here. We'll watch it from the tight. Okay, get a big 25-yard, 26-yard explosive right here against this Michigan defense. And Jonathan, they're going to hop. Oh, I like this. I like this pass protection right here. Look at them. They're going to kick out and actually bring the tight in for the Mike linebacker and go 4-by-1 here. They're going to go 4-man slide. We're going to ISO out here. Then we're going to insert the tight end actually for this Mike linebacker that's plugging. I actually really like this pass protection right here. It's really a 6-man pass pro. Doink, absolute dot from Rourke. All right, this next play right here, you're going to see, man, you do not go undefeated in the Big Ten. I don't care if you play the worst schedule in the country, which they've played the worst schedule in Power 4 football. I don't care if you have. All right, you've got to be able to dial some shit up to go undefeated, especially when you're playing a Big Ten football team like Michigan, who can really load up and stop your run game. All right, so here we go. Let's actually fast forward a little bit, see if we can get this play called. Right here from Indiana. I sniff a screen. They're a really good screen team, guys. A really good screen team, particularly if you want to play some zone coverage against these guys. They're going to run, especially some zone match, right? If you want to run guys out of the screen and you want to zone match with folks, right? And you want to run with guys and you want to have a free hat run with guys, we're going to slip some screens out here, right? All we got to beat is that one hook curl linebacker, right? That's the only guy we got to beat in the box. Plus the safety, we got 1, 2, 3 hats for that guy, okay? You're going to have to rally to the football and make tackles. I think it's a really big game for Ohio State's most prized possession in the offseason, Jonathan, Caleb Downs. I think it's a huge game for Caleb Downs, being able to sniff these things out, play as that deep high safety, okay, occasionally, and smell screen, jump screen, get on it now, make it for a 4-yard gain as opposed to a 14, 15, 16-yard gain like some of these teams are hitting against Indiana so far this year. See a good cut of it from the tight. Wonder why that camera 3 looks orange, Jonathan. Fuck it. Maybe it'll fix itself. Let's go to play 13. I think their wide receivers make plays, Jonathan. I think they do. And they got some big body types and some little body types. This number 13 right here, look him up on the roster for me, Jonathan, because look all these guys up, because we're about to play a little game of, is Brooksy's bar trick really that cool? Okay, number 13, I'm guessing at least 6'3", at least 200 pounds. Maybe 205 is what I'm probably guessing right there for number 13. Number 3, I think it's more as like their Z body type. He looks to me about 6 foot 205. Okay, and this guy over here, I think he's number 4. He's more of their gadget type. What's up?
Number 13 is 6'2", 209.
So I said about 6'3", 200, 205 pounds. So we're right on. Number 3, I said was about 6 foot, maybe 195 pounds, 200 pounds.
6 foot 201.
Okay, and I think that's number 4 over there. He's about identical to number 3, maybe a little shorter and a little lighter.
5'9", 183.
Are you ever impressed by it, or are you just like, you get it at this point?
I mean, by now, for me, it's just like, I know you're going to be dead on. So
okay.
It's not that impressive to me anymore, but...
When we first started, you're like, all right, buddy's kind of got a thing. All right, here we go. So nonetheless, they make plays, okay? I really like these wide receivers. The entire football game that I studied, all right, didn't see a single drop. Now, as you can imagine, being a guy that's covered Georgia for the last 10 years, or last 5 years, right? Especially this year, they lead the nation in drops. Turning tape on and seeing wide receivers actually catch the football, a little bit of an anomaly for me right about now. So shout out to the Hoosiers for giving me something to watch in terms of the wide receiver department on this tape, man. Get a look at it right here. They are Nebraska up front, Jonathan. They're big 5 white guys. That's what they got. They got big 5 white guys, all right? Well coached. As usual, when we see body types like this, I really worry about their lateral abilities, okay? I worry about getting good athletes in front of them, creating them to turn around. Oh, we actually got away from the orangeness over here. So it's adjusting. We're adjusting, playing on the fly here. Let's go to play 16. I really, really worry, Jonathan, about their ability to create conventional run game. Okay, just hand the ball off to the running back, see what happens. I worry about their necessity to have to become RPO-y. Okay, to really have to become RPO because of stuff like this. They really have a problem, at least in this football game against Michigan. And I don't know why you would expect, I don't know why I would expect if they struggle against Michigan that they're somehow going to figure it out against Ohio State in the conventional run game department. And when you watch it from the tight, you can really see why. They create no movement against great D tackles. Now, Mason Smith's not in the game. Mason Graham's not in the game. Smith is. All right, but that's a great football player. This dude's no slappy. This dude's no slappy. And this dude's no slappy. The Michigan wins and losses have come on the offensive side of the football. Defensively, they're still really stout. Okay, so it's a good study in comparison for how this offense is going to perform a little bit against Ohio State, okay? Actually kind of weird to see the alignment here from Michigan where the back's on the right, but we're actually going to play it with an under front, right? We're going to put a 2-eye over here instead of the over front, which is normally where there's a 3-tech right here. We're actually going to leave a massive void in B gap and beyond, but the reason being defensively is probably because we're plugging these guys. So as an offensive line, that's what I would be expecting. I'd be expecting something like this right here. Let's see what actually happens from Michigan's defense. Downset Hut. Oh, looky there. That's exactly what happens, okay? So let's see how Indiana adjusts. The center's on his nose. You know why? Because the center didn't expect what I'm expecting. Oh, why? Our back's on the right. Why is he here? He should normally be in a 3-tech. I should have a shade back here. Oh, look. Well, here they are. They got 2 threats. So I should be expecting this guy to go over the face, right? Can't fall down right there. Let's look at 77. Let's see how he handles this linebacker. No movement. Probably because he's trying to do 2 jobs, right? He's trying to block 77 and the linebacker. My question when I look at it like this, Jonathan, is why aren't we throwing the RPO off of this? Because the box looks heavy, right? We have an RPO at the top of the screen. I'll tell you why. Look at the corner right now. Corner's walk down, right? We're not going to throw a hitch off an RPO to a walk down corner, correct? We're just going to eat the negative in the box in terms of the run count. All right, so downset Hut, we get closer to the ball, he stays down. Okay, we're not going to throw that ball out there. Actually, a slant, but nonetheless, with that corner pressed up, we're not doing that. All right, so I worry about their traditional run game. They do as well. This is the start of the second quarter right here for them offensively. They've tried to run some conventional run game. They've been stuffed up. I haven't shown you every single one, but that last run play is basically what it's looked like and what it's going to look like for 4 quarters in this football game for their rushing attack. So if I can't run the ball, how do I create conventional or new scheme run games, Jonathan, in football?
Quick screens, or you could throw swing passes out to the running back. Things like
Extensions of the run game, right? We could throw RPOs off of run action. That's exactly what happens. But you know, Jonathan, as well as I do, I worry about RPOs because they create a lot of tips, a lot of overthrows, a lot of quick decision-making things for quarterbacks, and we're throwing into tight windows now because corners are allowed to walk up. It's turnover-heavy football, and it's ultimately going to get you in the butt. It's just best to be able to conventionally run the football. Okay, it's best to be able to conventionally run the football, but this is a run play, essentially. That when college and high school football coaches come in and they tell their athletic director, hey, we're going to run spread, we're going to be a good running the football team, we're going to have extensions of the run game, this is what they're talking about. They're talking about extensions of the run game out in this space. So here we go. A 2nd and 7 turns into a 3rd and 2. All right, they get right back on the ball with a bunched formation up at the top. They're playing quick with pace. That's something to notice right here as Michigan's defense is completely unaligned as the ball is snapped. He notices, okay, they don't have enough guys out there. We'll throw the RPO right now. I'm telling you, I really do like these weapons, Jonathan. I think they run hard. I think they're good after the catch. I think they have a good ability or good absorption of the offense. They know why everything's doing what it's doing. They're just well coached and they got good football players. All right, but they're going to be made one-dimensional on Saturday. I have zero doubts about that. Now, the next play. Okay, picking up first downs, right? They're playing with pace. They're doing a little bit of some good things offensively now. They finally get into the green zone. What do you think's about to happen, Jonathan?
Take a shot.
They finna take a shot. That's what they finna do. All right, they're a good coordinating staff. They know when to be aggressive and how to be aggressive and when to set things up. And here it comes right here. Been throwing some things up underneath against this defense so far to start this football game. We're going to spread back out on 1st and 10 right here. Take a double move on this corner down on the bottom. They're going to Hugo. Little hitch and go. Okay, little Hugo right here from Indiana. And what a ball from Curtis Rourke right here. And what a route from number 13. That's a big boy stopping and going right there. Good job sinking the hips. Look at the acceleration after this right here. These next 3 steps right here. 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 boom. Hopping right back on top of that corner, running away from it. Also want you to pay attention to the ball from the quarterback, man. This is a guy looking at the heat, right? Looking at the heat right in his face and being able to deliver this strike. Okay? I think he's going to have time on the interior of this offensive line on Saturday, Jonathan. I don't think he's going to be getting pressure in his face like he did in this football game immediately. However, these dudes at Ohio State, I'd say slightly better than what Michigan's got going on. They're not as good in here, though. Okay? That's a fair estimate. You Big Ten folks watching us today, I would think that's a fair estimate of those 2 rosters. Michigan a little bit better interiorly, defensively. Ohio State a little bit better exteriorly on that defensive line. How about this ball right here, Jonathan? How about this ball? I know he's wide ass open, but it would have been a dot if it was in hip-to-hip coverage. It's an absolute dot. All right, go to 22. It's a perfect play call right here. Again, I really, really do like their traditional screen game. They're not just a halfback or a tunnel screen, swing screen football team. They can do all of it. They can do all of it. Actually, it's not the swing screen. This is a man beater. Okay? Really, really like this concept. Okay, here's what they're going to do, John. They're going to push up, step on the heels, running out. All right, take him, and hopefully we can make the safety run with us as well. Now, on the way, we're going to figure out a way to get this outside receiver to rub. Okay, we're going to get this outside receiver to rub. So here comes the rub. Boom. We're going to rub it right off of that, all right, at the top of this route and run away from the leverage of that corner. Just run into tons and tons and tons of grass. Also, this doesn't happen without the back picking up the blitz. It's a great job by the running back right here in pass pro, sticking his nose in there and picking up that mic on the plugged pressure. It's just very rarely, at least in this Michigan game, I don't know about other ones, but the scores would indicate to me that the answer to my question is valid. I don't see too many snaps of them dropping back in pass protection and throwing the football without dudes running butt ass naked. It's very rare. This entire study, if they have time, they've got explosives. They're conceptually so good. He calls them at the right time. It's not everyone got the same concepts, but it's whether or not you're calling the right 3-beater when the team's actually playing cover 3. Are you calling the right man beater when the team's actually running man coverage? Okay. Does your quarterback know what you're trying to do? All those things. The answers are yes for Indiana, man. They call plays at the right time. They have good concepts, and the quarterback's clicking through his reads really, really cleanly. Also, by the way, not a clean pocket. Dude steps right into it and throws a dart right here. I honestly don't care if I'm yellow, but that's the best look that TV's ever looked like. I don't care if I look like a Oompa Loompa today, okay? That's fine. We'll take this. That's tremendous. Also, you really get to see the look at that mic plug right there. Man. Come on. Hell yeah is right. Hell yeah. Going to play 24. Pressure solves problems. Pressure solves problems, because I'm going to tell you what, the slot fade right here, butt ass. The dig right here, butt ass. These two dudes are wide ass open. The only reason it doesn't get completed is because the quarterback's pushed off the spot. All right. And these aren't just guys. These aren't just, all right, he's got to throw the football right now because he's hot off the end. But look, wide ass, wide ass. And these aren't like 5-yard slants or checkdowns that are open. These are big boy concepts. 10 to 12-yard dig, slot fade. The slot fade will slit your throat for 50 yards. The dig's going to hit you for 20. All right? These are not basic concepts. These are big boy NFL concepts. These dudes have explosive natures about them. I don't understand why the tight end's checking out right here. I think they're trying to do something with him, or maybe he's busting an assignment. I don't understand why he's not locked and attached to that defensive end, because we've got winners, baby. We got winners. But pressure solves problems for anybody. All right, so Ohio State, you don't have to cover them for 4 quarters. All right, you just got to be able to get pressure on the quarterback for a couple plays. I think it's the first real miss I've seen by Rourke. This is what we call a nose down football. Jonathan, you've thrown with me enough. If I ever let a ball go loose and I go, ooh, nose down, the ball just, right? And it comes out of your hand a little bit weird that one time. Mechanically, I don't think there's an answer for it. It's not like something that you're doing wrong. We just got to be consistent with our release point. And I think what messes him up right here is, again, he's got pressure at his feet. Left guard's getting absolutely obliterated right here. But this is a 4th down for them, 4th and 12 right here in green territory. They're going for it. And again, hey, he's open. That guy's open. That is a win. Running to the middle of the field, again, against this single high shell. So we've got grass. We've got tons of grass right here, and our quarterback just misses him. First miss of the football game, and really one of the rare misses in this football game for Rourke. I thought he played really, really well from the tape that I watched. I left really impressed on one of their worst offensive performances of the year. Okay? But you'll see it. The nose immediately goes down as soon as he lets this ball rip, John. Nose down. Nose down, the ball's going to float on you straight down to the turf. I think it's because we might have overstrided. We're already overstriding right now. We're way too far this way when we know we're throwing the ball back over the spot, right? But I don't know, he gets just off the midline right there, and our shoulders are square. I think it's a hand and release point problem right here. The nose is down immediately out of the hand. Maybe didn't get over the top of it enough. Getting super nerdy about stuff that nobody cares about. This was my, now I know there's some confusion here, but there's confusion here for the wide receiver because of all the pre-snap window dressing that they have. Put us back into, and you can really see it. Wide receiver's got to flip back over. We're telling him, hey, you've got the slot fade. Then we're going to bring the jet motion, and I think we might even play with a return right here from these guys. Okay, all of this stuff on the road is dangerous. It's really, really dangerous to do because we're taking so long, right? People are screaming. We got left tackles in a stance, right tackles in a stance. They're moving. They're playing off movement. Okay, they can't really hear your clap anyways. They're playing off movement. So this gets real, real hairy when we're on the road. PI. They're going to stress you, man. They're going to stress you. And he knows he's got man coverage, right, Jonathan? Linebacker rotates with him. He's got a lot of square shoulders and eye contact on the guy in front of him. All right, I always got to assume nobody knows what I'm talking about here on this network because we don't know who's new and who's not. All right, shoulder square, eyes on. Shoulder square, eyes on. Shoulder square, eyes on, and runs with him when he goes in motion. All right, shoulder square, eyes on the running back, one high. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, also, by the way, we got safety bumped over the top of the attached tight end over there. I see tons and tons and tons of man coverage indicators for the quarterback. So here we go. We got basically a modern smash concept. We got a hitch and a slot fade right here from Indiana. I think this ball probably should have been thrown on top of him. I think he's leaving. He's not even, okay? Once we get to this point, the ball's out. Okay, all right. He let the ball out really early, and we're kind of even. In fact, we're behind the corner, so I understand the back shoulder ball here, actually. Gets the PI. All right, so we got a PI, and now we're in green zone, 1st and 10. Last time we were here, we took a shot, right? This time, watch this one. This time, watch it. We're fitting to slip one right in on him. Fitting to slip one right in on him. All right, we're going to bring the motion back away and tight end slip screen. Boink, and look at all the grass. We got a hat for a hat. We got a hat for a hat. You've got to come down hill and make a play on this tight end 15, 20 yards away from him. And that's who ultimately misses the first tackle, okay? That right there is good execution on screens. They do it so well, man. Look at the hospital chasers. We call these guys hospital blocks. You know why? You got an opportunity to put somebody in the hospital as we peel back. All right, nowadays you can't. Nowadays you got to kind of be soft on it. You just got to turn around and put your hands on guys. But look, man, look at this. I love this from the left tackle all the way on the backside. Watch this guy right here. I see so many young players just run. They're just going to run to grass, and they're going to try to find the most dangerous man down the field. Meanwhile, the NFL defensive tackle pursues the football, makes the tackle. Watch him turn back and pick up. Look, okay, nobody. Oh, now I've got a seal here, a seal here, a seal on the outside, a seal on the outside. We got guys downfield blocking, and we've got one-on-one with the safety 12 yards down the field. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well coached as well. You don't do this shit consistently without being extremely well coached top to bottom. It's not just Signetti. His offensive line coach is doing a great job. Running backs coach is doing a great job. Wide receivers coach doing a great job. Okay? Love that. Wow. Look at all that grass, man. Look at all that grass. Really, really good screen team, guys. At that point, man, when you're getting screened like this, I would be really, really hesitant to rush these guys, right? You can't feel like you add up the pressures. You can't feel like you got to blitz them. You kind of got to play it square with a 4-man rush, okay? With your linebackers playing free to counteract some of this blitz or some of this stunt or screen work. Now they get called for OPI here. I think it's just really well designed. What are you seeing right here, Jonathan?
Man indicator.
Man indicator, that is right. So if we've got a man indicator, we probably want to run some type of man beater, right? It's the best man beater. Anything that crosses, anything that meshes, anything that rubs. So let's see what they do right here. I guarantee you these three guys at some point, they're going to cross each other. They're going to take their men and they're going to bump into one another with whatever their route concepts are. So let's take a look. I bet it's the two wide receivers. Oh, looky there. All right, oh, looky there. We're actually, most people think they're probably running that little wheel rub, right? Actually, they're running the whip return right here for the wide receiver. Bang. They get called for a PI right here, which honestly, I think, yeah, probably vindicated. All right, we don't have to do this, man. We don't have to do this. All we got to do is slip the shoulder. All right, we got to get up there, rub him just a little bit, make him think he's really got to work to get back outside. All right, we want him working as hard as we can this way. We don't really have to collision him, all right, because we're running the return back on the inside. We just got to influence him outwards. Run through contact, don't initiate the contact. My question is, how do we get the holding call but not the targeting call? Because my God, holy shit. That made my tummy hurt, Jonathan. So I love the concept. I don't love the result. We don't love to get an OPI, particularly in situations like this, in the red zone where we feel like we're on the doorstep of points. Actually, it might not have been targeting. I think he makes connection with his shoulder first, tries to keep his head out. But it just looks really bad. Normally, nowadays, any hit that, quote, looks bad gets the flag. They cannot run the ball. They cannot run the ball. So in situations like this, I can't remember the down and distance, but I know they're backed up in their own end. They feel like they got an RPO, right? Oh, we got to throw the ball. We got RPO action off this. The box is heavy. We've got 2-over-2 over there. Let's throw a little hitch up, right? Except now these corners on rundowns, they know, like, hey, they're RPOing us. So the average depth of target is not very long, right? You can't throw a 50-yard bomb on an RPO. Offensive linemen are downfield. So now, as a corner, I know I'm heated up. I'm timed up, right? I can play a lot more aggressively because my elapsed time on the play is not that long. So I start jumping routes. Like this, and we start turning the ball over in our own end. It's something I've held true about RPOs for years. If we become dependent upon the RPO, I can guarantee you right now, you're going to have tips, you're going to have overthrows, and those are going to lead to interceptions. Okay, that's just the facts of the matter. Okay. Now, they can't run the ball in a conventional set, right? I haven't shown you every single run play. I think I've only really shown you one. But that one run play I showed you, just take my word or else we'd be here all night. All right, take my word. They can't run the ball. You can look at the stat sheets that shows you to. But what I love about this offense is they're so diverse, Jonathan. They've not been able to run standard zones. They haven't been able to run inside the box, right? They haven't been able to reset this line or defensive line of scrimmage and move them backwards. So if we can't create displacement moving vertically, what do we need to do? We probably need to try to get around them. If we can't run at them, let's run around them, right? So here we go. Now they're going to hop into a wide zone football play. And watch how much differently Michigan's defensive line responds to this. They almost look bamboozled. Mason Graham gets put 9 yards downfield on the back of his head, which is not something that we're used to. Okay, not something that we're used to at all because the offense is that diverse. We're in the middle of the third quarter right now, and you're going to throw a run scheme at me that you haven't thrown all day? Tip of the cap. It's the best run of the day. It's 9 yards right here. That's why they're winning football games against teams that even sometimes they're not as talented as. I mean, from a roster standpoint, Michigan's still a better football team than them, right? Top to bottom. But this team is very, very diverse in scheme alone. It's a tough assignment. Boom. Right into the wide zone steps. Okay, look at what happens to Mason Graham. And as a defensive lineman, you can imagine, I've been doing this all day. I've been coming downhill all day. I've been plugging, I've been two-gapping all day. And now all of a sudden, oh shit, I got to go sideways. Now all of a sudden, I got to go east to west to make sure I don't get displaced. And honestly, if we're able to do one of them, all right, we might crib this hoe. Come on. RPOs get real hairy. RPOs get real hairy. I think it's the thing that I am most certain of, having done all these studies all these years. You want to become dependent on RPOs because you can't throw or you can't run the football in a conventional set. These are tough plays to complete, man. These are tough plays to complete. It's not like we got a lot of man beaters going on right now. My man has to beat your man. Every time we do this, my man has to beat your man. And I've got to trust the quarterback to make an extremely accurate and great decision. And also, by the way, the footwork's not the easiest in the world. We got to get the ball out of the belly of the back, get our feet in the ground, get the ball out all on time. Okay, all on time. At some point, it came down to Michigan just being like, all right, we're just going to play man coverage. We're going to walk up in your face. We're going to take away RPOs. And that's exactly what happened. We're going all the way to 48 right now. Looks like me on Tinder back in the day. A good joke. That was a good joke. Come on, man. Good joke. All right, here we go. All right, they got zero run game right now, but they're still trying to get the shots up, and I respect the hell out of this. They've been dependent upon the screens and the RPOs right now, right, Jonathan? Whole game's been really condensed for them. They've really started, since the beginning of the game, started the average depth of target shrunk because we're getting into RPOs. We can't run the football. Defenses are walking up on us, all that good stuff, right? All right, they know we're passing, all that good stuff. So here we go. We're going to throw a little fox at them. We're going to throw a little fox at them. They've been biting down on screens, and here we go. Catch the damn ball. Catch the damn ball. To be fair, 13 got hurt earlier in this football game, and he's playing tough. You can see his gait's not the same as it was earlier in the game, right, Jonathan? You can tell. All right, last play that we're going to watch. This would have pissed me off if I were a Michigan fan. This happened multiple times in this football game. This was the ultimate backbreaker right here. It's 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11, and they're about to give up a 5-yard slant for 11 yards. This right here converts. They ran a 5-yard little square in, okay? Didn't have to protect for damn, okay? All we got to do as offensive linemen is make sure, hey, just don't get beat clean. That seems like a pretty good, assignment for me as a football player. Now, why are they calling this play? Probably because they're in 2-down territory anyways. They might be going for it on 4th down anyways. So, I mean, look at the depth of target for everybody. You're in front of the sticks. 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 You're behind the line of scrimmage. Okay? So, not a super aggressive play call, but it doesn't matter. They can't protect at this point in the football game, or they don't feel like they can. All right, so here we go. Let's play quick game. Let's live for 2-down territory. God forbid we pick up a 1st down. All right, so that is Indiana's offense. And our primary concern is not about their passing game, okay? It's not about their screen game. It's about their conventional run game, the stuff that we didn't really show you because it was ineffective. Way, way, way too likely to get put into a box. So now, let's flip over to the other side of the football. Let's take a look at Ohio State. All right, here we go. When we flip over to the other side of the football here for Ohio State, I have no notes on this. This is a general personnel searching mission. All we're going through here is looking at players, body types, seeing if we can find anything off rip, okay? So I have not seen any of this. Let's go pay attention and see what we got. Looks to me like they've got some zone coverage going on. Ooh, they fired the corner right here. Roll the linebacker back into a deep safety. Ooh, God. Oh, God. Fired here, rolling down here. He's going here. Caleb Downs to the middle of the field. Jesus Christ. No wonder there's a hesitation from the quarterback pulling it down. Great job by Zero right there. He's going to the deep middle of the field, but he realizes, okay, there's 3 guys over here, and here comes the bender. There's only 1 guy over here. So what he ends up doing is just taking the bender. Oof. Man, 91's put on some weight. 91 has put on some weight. He was not that big last year. A little run stunt in there from Ohio State. Okay. I mean, dude, 91's got to be 335, Jonathan. Got to be 335. 6'1.5", 335. I mean, like a fire hydrant. That's man coverage. So playing 1 high, walk down man, walk down man, walk down man. In your face type defense right there. And creating a pass rush getting home. Ooh-wee. Look, there ain't a lot of flash to Jack Sawyer's game, but he's strong as a motherfucking ox. He is strong as an ox. What do you got for me on 91?
He is 6'3", 327.
Huh, a little taller, a little thinner than I thought. He's playing at 340, you can't tell me. Yeah, look at this, man. There's no flashing of the hands here, man. This is raw power. This is one hand, the right hand from Jack Sawyer over here, getting into the chest of this tight end, one extension of the arm, and now he's falling on his ass. It's a big physical unit. The more and more I watch tape, the more and more I think about this football game for Indiana. You're going to have to win a 17-14 football game. It's your defense that's going to have to win. Defense, field positioning, capitalizing in the red zone, all that good stuff you're going to have to be able to do. 3rd and 12, they're running the football. Does Ohio State get off the field? No, they do not. That's a little bit concerning. Who missed tackles? Linebacker didn't get over fast enough. Safety didn't close space fast enough. Okay? We're not shedding blocks at the second level fast enough. 3rd and 12, I just don't think they're obviously expecting run. So you catch them off guard here. I'm not going to criticize that linebacker too much. You just got to make the play, man, once you get there, because it's a great job pacing with the running back. That's what he's doing. He's reading and feeling the flow of this back. So you can see him almost trace the steps of this running back as he's blitzing. Look at him, or as he's run stunting. Okay, we just got to make that play right there. We can't miss that tackle. Okay, 7. One thing I will say this about Ohio State, man, they got more mixed coverage in the bag than anybody I study, outside of maybe South Carolina. South Carolina, I don't even think they know what they're playing. They just out here roaming around, trying to figure it out on the fly. Like, that's obviously zone. They got 2 deep safeties. The corner's condensed over here because of the 12 personnel set from Northwestern. He looks like he's maybe dog coverage, okay? Maybe gets to play this up underneath because he's got safety help. Let's see how he actually attacks this vertical concept right here. Yeah, he plays it underneath. You see that, Jonathan? How the corner right here is allowing, he's also seeing screen right here, but he's allowing this guy to get over the top of him because he knows he's got safety help. He's going to play man coverage up underneath. They call that dog coverage, by the way. All right, it's a great job right here by this frontside inside linebacker sniffing this screen, especially considering what they got coming to them this weekend. It's a really well done screen defense play right there from Ohio State. That's applicable to our study. It helps us out there. Let's watch a couple more plays. Let's get to maybe the second possession, maybe the third possession for Northwestern, and that'll help us see what the actual rotation defensively looks like for Ohio State. I see a lot of stunts from these guys, man. I see a lot of stunts and freedom of movement for these older football players like this right here. We get a free chance to hop inside as an edge rusher. Thank you. Who do you think's team speed's better, Ohio State or Michigan defensively? I tend to lead Ohio State.
Yeah, I was going to say probably Ohio State.
Yeah. Team speed is a big determining factor on screen defense as well, right? Oh, shit, they caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage. I'm 12 yards from him. Let's rally to the football and tackle. Team speed's important. But this is the difference between this team and Michigan, right? Michigan's defensive tackles are not getting displaced like this guy is right here. 53 looks a little thin in the skin to me. 53 looks a little thin in the skin to me, unless he's 6'6", which he very well could be. Very well could be, having seen him just now standing next to JT Tuimoloau. I'm going 6'5", 315.
6'4", 288.
So he is thin in the skin. My God. That is really, really light. Okay. 58 was his number? I think I might have told you 53. You did. My final guess was 6'5", 315.
6'3", 295 for number 58.
Okay. I'm off on Ohio State's roster today. Interesting. Either way, it was getting displaced. 3rd and 1. Why are you throwing the football? Why are you? Okay. I'm sorry. Cover 3 from Ohio State. It's a good 3-beater right here. Christian yesterday on our show was bitching about second-level linebackers making plays on zone hook defenders. You talking about not making plays. What are these guys doing? Y'all are way off the concept. Y'all are way off the concept. You got eyes on him. Now we got to square up and float back up underneath. Feel where the quarterback's eyes are going now. Just make that window real easy. Now, these are really talented football players from Ohio State at the linebacker position, but these guys have not played a ton of football, okay? These two linebackers have been sitting behind our man 35, Eisenberg, and our man 22 from Blessed Trinity, Steel Chambers. They've been sitting behind those two guys. Who says we don't know Big Ten rosters? My God, they've been sitting behind those guys for a long time, so not really experienced football players. We're not going to hate on them too much. I actually like what Zero did right there. Oh, good turn and run right there. Ooh, dot. All right. I got Ohio State winning that football game 28-17, 28-17, 28-21, something like that. And Indiana in the playoff. Yeah. Hey, you know the rule. If you've seen anything, if you watched this at all and you thought, man, either A, I had fun today, B, I learned something, you got to subscribe. Them's the rules. I appreciate you for being here. Hey, if you're still, what are we, 45 minutes in? Yes. Not a big enough test. Y'all should be watching this one. See you. Love you. Bye.